what's up, you guys? This is Rob from Regalia Plays, and today on Dress to Kill, I have finally gotten that nasty pink cyst off of Hildryn's neck, so you know, it's time for us to get down to the fashion. Now, as always, I'm going to be providing you guys with a couple of different looks to get some inspiration off of. We'll also be taking a look at how armors and Syandanas fit on this one, as well as dabbling into the alternate helmet. Now, if you guys are looking for the color codes, they will be down in the description box below, so without ado, let's get dressed. Alrighty, so kicking things off, we have the iconic rose gold look that y'all have come to expect from my predictable, tired ass. Yes, we are still doing this, and I am still loving it. Regardless, if you are not catching the vibe that I am throwing at you, yes, this was inspired a little bit by Captain Marvel. It's not 100% there, but I'm really trying to give you that feel. But I'm gonna be honest with you, this look didn't actually start out like this. Through the planning phases, it kind of like evolved a little bit. Initially, it was more of a peacocky look. So if you want that inspiration, take the primary and make it more of like a deep teal color, add a little bit more green to that blue. Then the tertiary was actually a dark violet that you can find in the Storm palette, and the energy color was one of those bright greens that have like a little bit of like blue in them. They're like fluorescent-y green, so it kind of really gave off this gemstone vibe that I really, really loved. But at the end of the day, I really wanted to use a red energy color, and this is where we ended up. Now, there is a reason why she is armorless and Syandana-less. I actually prefer her armorless because I really, really like a lot of the details that you end up finding in her arms, and like just her whole model in general I think is really, really good. I do feel like she needs a Syandana, but let's go ahead and fix that real quick. Now, the Syandana that is her iconic Syandana, I actually really do think is a great fit for her. There are so many times where we get Syandanas and I'm like, I do not want to put that on my Warframe. However, I think that this one looks great if I can find it, which is the Surator Syandana. So take a look at that real quick. I feel like that gives the whole jetpack vibe that we'll actually be seeing a lot of within this customization set. Now, when it comes to armors, I have tried on a bunch of different armors, and if I'm going to be honest with you, I feel like there's a limited group that I really, really like. For this particular look, I actually really like the Tenno 2018 armor set. So we're going to go ahead and toss that on real quick so that you guys can take a look at how that fits. And one of the things that I'm actually going to be doing is I'm actually going to go ahead and swap the stance out, because I do feel like Hildryn's stance is a little bit weird and armor sets look a little bit odd on her when she's just kind of like standing there looking all buff with her hand up on her hip, right? Now, I did want to say that while I like this specific armor set, I do like to combine in the shoulders a little bit. So as you can see, that's what the armor set looks like on its own. Nice and simple, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to back up and I'm going to put on the Zephyr set, because you'll be able to see the armor a little bit better, and when she's got her hand on her hip, it kind of displaces that shoulder a little bit, so it makes armor sets look funky. So I'm going to be swapping that out whenever I show you guys the armors on here. But one of the things that I do really like, while I don't necessarily like the leg plates or the chest plate for it, I do kind of like the Tenno 2019 shoulder plates instead of the Tenno 2018. I think both of them work just fine, but I feel like because it flares out and because it's got the knee flares and the chest flares, that in addition to like her whole jetpack motif, I feel like fits super, super well on her. So this is definitely the set that I like for this particular customization. So this next look incorporates one of my favorite aspects of customization, which of course is juxtaposition. Now, as we can all see, Hildryn is a burly ass babe. She's got like biceps as big as your head and a set of 18-pack abs. It's kind of nuts, so I could not resist putting her in something a little bit softer, a little bit more feminine. Now, on her arms, we've got this nice, like, deep mauve tone, and her energy color is this beautiful petal pink. And I was like, ooh, I'm loving it. Let's go ahead and toss in the rift sigil and kind of fit it right there perfectly in her breasticles with that pink energy color, which just makes everything more feminine and soft. And I just love the way that everything fits in. I even went ahead and tossed on the Ostron helmet to kind of experiment, and then it kind of took on this life of its own. Not only was she in this soft mauve petal pink, but now she's got on this Dragon Queen helmet. So I'm like, wow, the clash of the two aspects are just absolutely perfect. So we had to go ahead and accentuate that even more. Now, I'm going to go ahead and switch over the animation set back into the Zephyr animation because it's going to look a little bit weird with these armor pieces. So we're going to toss on the Vitala, which as you guys know is one of my favorites. And the thing that I love about this is you can see how the energy pulses from the Vitala, and it's kind of framed by that Rift Walker sigil right there. So as soon as that first one hit, I was like, I am so insanely into this. So as you can see, we're just gonna go ahead and toss this on, and we've got those little wisps of energy that are like that soft petal pink coming off of her arms, and I'm like, linebacker shoulders, wisps of pink energy. I'm totally feeling it. I'm totally loving it. And as we go through, I'll actually go ahead and take a look at a couple of different Syandanas that I feel are really good fits for this specific one. So already, she's serving as Dragon Viking Queen, but also like soft and kind of feminine, but will rip your throat out with her bare hands. Love it. Now, when it comes to her Syandana, I mean, y'all had to know, to mimic her pigtails, I had to go, and to mimic the dragonesqueness of this, we had to go with the Duovopi, right? Like, it just fits all too perfectly. Now, if you guys are feeling like maybe it's a little too much dibble-dangly, you could go ahead and jump in with something a little bit different. I did like the Bennu one for this one. This is a little bit smaller. You know, it's kind of, I kind of feel like it fits with the energy wispies that are going on with her shoulders as well. Really, really like that. And it's really funny because as I was going through all of these different like customizations, I was like, they all kind of like took on a life of their own, and I was like, oh my god, I'm so into it. I like the Impetuous Prime Syandana on this as well. It really gives this kind of strong feeling, and because of the fact that it came from Chroma Prime, I kind of feel like dragon on dragon. In fact, I was in a mission yesterday where we're in arbitrations in a survival, and I was like running alongside this Chroma Prime, and I was like, we like dragon buddies. Now, if you really want to embrace the dragon buddy feel, Naru Syandana. Tell me that's not, now I'm not gonna run around with that because it's a little too much for me. You could go with the Mushu, single fin one. Like, this whole look is just taken on an evolution of its own, and I kind of absolutely loved it. And y'all know, I mean, you could put this on anything and it's gonna look right? So right now we're gonna go ahead and we're just gonna stick to the duo. Actually, we're gonna stick to the Impetuous. We're gonna leave that there for now. But I think that is definitely one of my favorite looks for her because it's just so different from the original. It's like, instead of Tech Queen, now she's like brought back into like the Middle Ages, and I kind of love it with petal pink. And last but not least, after initially playing around with the metallics on this thing, I knew I wanted to bring you guys something a bit intense. And y'all know my realm is staying within natural metallics, so copper and bronze was a perfect fit. However, one of the things that I really, really do like about this look is due to the fact that the rest of the tones on it are fairly neutral, you can actually really mix up the metallics on this big time to go ahead and provide different looks. So I thought that this was kind of like a great base for people to work with if they really wanted to go ahead and do some experimentation. So again, tertiary and accents, go ahead and change that, and boom, you are all set to go. Now, one of the things I love about this too is the Regalia on it, specifically the Prisma sigil. I love how if you get the tones right, you can nestle this sigil into so many different looks where it just feels like it blends in. So as you can see, I meshed the primary tone to these kind of like oranges over here, so it looks like it's actually part of the pattern, and because of the fact that the knees have this kind of like circular detail on them, it kind of fits quite nicely. Now, since this is a little bit more basic, we can go ahead and play around with different armor sets. Now, the one that I actually want to go ahead and use for this is, of course, the Edo Prime. Actually, let's go ahead and bring in a little bit of the Zephyr action real quick so that the armors don't look all crazy because of her lifted up arm right there. So she could be a little bit more chilled out, right? So let's go ahead and toss on the Edo Prime. I really, really like this one. You guys can kind of already tell where it's going. I don't think I need to do like a full-on crazy like show off for you guys, but I really do like the way that fits. If I can find the knee plate. Oh, wrong knee plate, but here, you get the look. The next one that I wanted to go ahead and show you is Acanthus actually looks very, very right on her. I'm very fond of the way this kind of goes, especially with the Dragon Queen look that we were talking about. The chest fits a little bit weird, but I think, you know, it's not the worst that I've seen this chest placement, so part of me is like, all right, I will go ahead and give you a free pass on that. Syrinx looks really, really good too. It makes her look like a linebacker, which it kind of makes everybody look like a linebacker. But the cool thing that I like about this is I actually kind of like the leg plate placement. That was like a tongue twister right there, because it like sits over the thighs, and I personally kind of like the way that it kind of looks on her. It's a little janky. If I'm going to be honest with you, it's just slightly janky, but there are definitely some other ones. So as you can see right there, if you look at that, very linebackery. So if you're looking for that real tank look, it's going to be really, really good on her. I like-ish the atavist on her, but I don't love the atavist on her. Usually, like, the atavist is my jam. Usually that's the one that I would highly recommend for everybody to go ahead and try, but if I'm going to be real with you, she just kind of looks a little bit lumpy with it, and I don't really like the lumpiness on her. Plus, the chest plate is a little bit small, so for me, I'm like, the shape is kind of good, but it's not 100% there for me. And then my last favorite, because she's a fly girl, is the Avia set. I feel like the Avia set looks really, really nice on her as well. So that is definitely one of the ones I would highly suggest you guys go ahead and check out for her. But of course, you know, we got to make sure that we put on our little Shocking Step ephemera. I've got the other ones crafting up there, but as you can see right there, that one fits quite nicely on her as well. Again, the circular details kind of match up with her own circular details, and because of the fact that she can hover, it's a good look. So let's go ahead and toss on the Syandanas. She can actually use a good amount of Syandanas. Now, one of the ones that I didn't get to show you guys that I actually think works really, really well with the whole Dragon Queen thing is the Lantern Syandana. I know I said that I was just doing that one for fashion, but I'm actually finding that that one kind of sort of works on a lot more things than I realize it does. So if you're using the Dragon Queen one, definitely check that one out. But specifically for this look, one of my favorites is the Corona Syandana. Like, it just, like, it mimics that kind of like crown that she's got going on over there, and she's got all of these kind of like circular things that I think it meshes really, really well with. The placement on her feels nice as well. It's kind of like, if you can see kind of like how her arm plates flare backwards, it matches that quite nicely. What else did I really like? Oh, armor set wise, I actually also like the Quarrel armor set on her, so definitely check that out too as well. There's just so many things that work that I think look really freaking nice. Of course, you know, I'm never gonna miss a chance to do a little bit of self-promotion right there. But yeah, I think she's absolutely fantastic when it comes to her customizations. However, it is a little bit of a trial. Now, the next one I'm gonna show you, I really like, but I can't bring myself to use it because it's really big. It's really, really fucking big, but the Syandana, I think looks boss. I think it looks, I mean, let's just take a quick preview. Come on. Come on! Tell me that does not look fucking dope. It's just really, 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 really big. So part of me is like, I don't know if I necessarily want to bring that into my life, but it just looks really, really dope with that whole set. So that about does it for me for now. You guys got to take a look at how the, you know, different armors look on it. You guys got to see the alternate helmets, Syandanas, all of that kind of stuff. Let me know which look you guys really, really liked. Which one was your favorite, A, B, or C? Toss that down in the comments below. And as always, love somebody, hurt nobody, and touch yo 18-pack abs. What? I don't even know if it's 18. I haven't counted it. Let me know if you guys did count it down in the comments below. I feel like it's a little bit odd to do that, but, you know, feel free. Now, as always, I think that about does it for me for now. I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye. This ended really awkwardly.